So then, something a little different, as you probably saw from the thumbnail. And a little bit out of shot as well. There we go. So, this right here is Autobot Lemonaid. Yeah, I built a Transformer at long last. Let's just take all the stuff out of the back. The minifigs for a build I'm planning on doing. Little ways off, but I figured I had the option to gain the minifig for it. The block of parts is literally parts that I swapped out from him just now, after the last Bricklink order arrived. So, Lemonaid then. Vehicle mode is a yellow pickup truck that someone kind of started working on, but never really finished. I mean, as you can see, the back is still a little bit of a mess. Front end feels a little unfinished as well, again, just because it's, well, someone started work on it, didn't really finish work on it, and Teletran won't stand most of a car rather than a complete car. Anyway, the back end engineering comes from this channel right here, and their video will be linked up here on the build they did with something similar to this. I feel like I put enough of my own stuff in that this is different enough to warrant calling it my own. Well, I will say that transformation engineering for the legs, which I am currently doing, very much came from that other channel. So, that's the smokestacks slide in, split the leg off, and close up the back. Not quite all the way. Entirely, honestly, it's your call. I like to leave it most of the way closed. I think it looks pretty complete from the underside as well. I kind of like how that turned out. Anyway, what was I? Other leg folds out and around. Close that. Flip the toe forward and slide this in. Stand them up and work out that, yeah, I got the camera positioned about right. Just as I'd hoped to. Anyway, next up, these bottom parts sort of disengage. This is where things get a little fiddly for the front end, because these need to swing forward, which gives this clearance to move, which gives that clearance to do that. And whoop, and that falls off. Okay. Oh, fuck. Anyway, that folds up. This reattaches. Where'd that even go? There it is. So, hang on. Did I get this turned around? Oh, I'll shut up with the other side anyway. It'll be fine. I can get away with this, I think. So, this folds around, and same on the other side. You need to kind of wiggle this part down, out and around, without anything coming off this time, maybe? Please? Yeah, fold this out, fold that around. Blah. Split the front end, fold that. This part folds around, and then down, and then sides fold kind of out on double hinge. Head swivels round. Arms slide out a little. And come down. And yeah, well, this isn't sort of the best engineered thing, but I'll get into more on that in a moment. given that this is set out to accomplish some very specific things, but I'd say it does well enough. So, stand him up, and there we have Autobot Lemonaid. He is a field medic who turns into a secondary pickup truck. So, my goal with this guy was to build. Basically, as a kid, I absolutely loved the old Tiny Turbos line. There's a couple sets and logo or whatever on screen now, and always wanted to build a transforming one. You know, that kind of same scale, 4 wide, and everything. And at the time, the parts simply did not exist. But nowadays, you know, between the mixel joints used for the legs and the stud of the post for the shoulders, and even just the pieces used up here for the wheels, or the wheel attachments, the 1x2 plate rounded, whatever it is, and like the brackets used for the front end. All these are relatively recent parts. And without these, this guy would not have been possible. So, size comparison, here he is with the minifigure from earlier. I'll be honest, I like how this scales for some reason. This feels about right, you know? I mean, Lemonaid is a tall drink of water, he's a very lanky boy. And that's about all there is to say about that. Then here he is with Steric on the ground, and I'm reviewing him at, in the same recording session. You can probably tell based on my laptop still being there. So, possibility then. It's good enough, I'd say. Swivel at the shoulders, swivel at the elbow. Ball joint at the neck, a little hard to reach just because of the big shoulder pylons. Ball joint at the waist that I usually prefer not to use just because for the shaping he has with the waist kind of tucked in slightly. And then ball joint at the hips, ball joint at the knees, and these panels can fold out for a full 90-degree bend. So, you know, he's decently posable for what he is. Actually, let's give him something resembling the old like sort of classic G1 artwork style. Yeah, so this is how I imagine he would look zooming through a beautifully painted space backdrop and fighting a number of toy-accurate Decepticons. Anyway. Yeah, other features then. The headlight pieces here can pop off and have a very simple transformation. That folds down, this folds around, and this slides out to line up with that part there, and they can be used as weapons. Well, I say weapons, come on, I can do this without breaking anything. Yes! I say weapon, I think it's more of a sort of scanning tool. Let's do the other side as well. Because, you know, field medic and all that. Honestly, if there's one thing about this guy I'm really pleased with, it's the name. Lemonaid. I don't mean to blow my own trumpet, but, you know, toot toot. It's a clever name, it's pun. I'm jazzed about that. Anyway. So, you're wondering why I am covering this guy specifically. And that's because I'm planning on doing some Transformers stuff from here on out. And I figured, you know, what better way to bridge the gap between LEGO and Transformers than with a LEGO Transformer such as Lemonaid. So, will I build more of these guys? Will I build more like this guy? Maybe at some point. Yeah, there's a good chance that I will. Like, at some point, I might at least give him a Decepticon Nemesis. This is like, I want to build an air vehicle at some point anyway. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.